Hey Pisces, welcome back to my channel. This will be a general reading around love to have a look and see what cards / messages could be helpful for you in matters of the heart. I will be using 2 different decks in this reading, 6 cards, reading some reversals as well, to see what messages come up for you, what's helpful, or what you need to know when it comes to love. So let's have a look and see, Pisces. Okay, Pisces, might be a little bit fickle here. A little bit of back and forth, a little bit of indecision. You're not wanting to offer your heart maybe just yet. You might be skeptical about something, uncertain about something, or the connection is lacking strength in some way. Could also be a Leo. You've got the Strength card, Page of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles, 9 of Swords. 3 out of 6 cards are Earth cards. So it may be Taurus, Cap, or Virgo that you're dealing with here, or this person is coming up with this sort of energy. So seeing what the cards can reveal here, it would indicate 6 of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, 2 of Pentacles. Things could potentially seem a little bit transactional, Pisces. Now, the 6 of Pentacles can represent things like generosity, giving and taking, fair play, but it's sort of like done by the books. And I feel with the Ace of Cups reversed, it's a lacking emotion. Something is lacking a little bit of emotional depth. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that you aren't in love or you're not feeling that bond. I think a lot of you are. But for some reason, things have been, maybe as of late or during the week, it may be a little bit back and forth. I don't know if something is too repetitive. It can be a repetitive behavior or something that you're doing that keeps happening and that you're not necessarily pleased with. So you may have to think outside the box and do something a little bit different, because I don't think you're trying anything new with the Ace. Aces can be new chapters, new experiences, new creative ways or things to bring to the relationship, but it is reversed. So it's almost like you want something to change, yet you're not necessarily making the changes that you could make, or potentially the things that you could do to rectify what it is that's happening around you here, Pisces. Now, this may not be for all of you. The Ace of Cups can point to like tradition or religion or milestones in love, like marriage, remarriage. You may find out something about like your special person may not want to get married. They maybe don't want to christen their child. Maybe they don't want to move in. They don't want to do things conventionally. You might discover that something that they believe in, their values, may differ to yours. And you'll really be fixated. Page of Pentacles is so fixated on this pentacle here. So you're really going to think and dwell on this, Pisces. And it's almost like you're trying to weigh up the pros and cons. A confrontation could come from this. We see the 9 of Swords. The character here goes up against the bird, and it almost looks like quite an intimidating or intense confrontation, because the swords can rule communication. If it's not an actual verbal confrontation, it could be that you're sort of ping-ponging, because that 9 of Swords does sit right below the 2 of Pentacles. So you may be trying to sort of wrestling your thoughts, trying to weigh up the pros and cons, maybe in the privacy of your own mind, Pisces, instead of actually verbalizing this. So for some, it can be more internal. For others, it can be an actual verbal confrontation, because the Strength card reversed could be like the Leo, the lion reversed. So you feel like the lion's wrath. It's territorial, it's possessive. So the confrontation could be protective in nature somehow for some of you. So things could be becoming a little bit transactional. I don't know, maybe if this is finances coming into the way. Finances could impact your connection somehow romantically, perhaps. But I also feel like there is something you may verbalize, and it is going to bring you more. So whether things are one-sided or not, I think that it's important to have that balance. And I feel like he takes away the pentacle and sort of dwells on it. So there's something here that may happen that you're really going to take away a lot from, Pisces. It's going to be a learning curve for you, I feel. Now, for singles, there could be someone new coming in, Ace of Cups, perhaps under a water sign. Could even be a Leo. But I feel like with the Ace of Cups reversed, sometimes I associate these with empty promises. And you may pull up someone about it. But I think they're going to take away something from this too. So if you need to express yourself, Pisces, do so. Because I think whoever this is, whoever you're dealing with, is going to listen, wants to hear what you have to say, or wants to give back, wants to be generous. Because you see how the bird is taking action. He's just standing there helpless, and he's sort of just watching how it unfolds. So maybe one of you is not necessarily lecturing or going off at the other, but one of you is sort of instructing it, and then the other sort of just sitting back and listening. So, I mean, maybe this is good. Maybe they won't be aggressive back. They want to hear what you have to say. They're fairly attentive. But the notion of the Six of Pentacles and then that one taking something away from it indicates that this will not fall upon deaf ears. And that whatever it is that you have an issue with or need to discuss or address is going to be taken in good stride and taken in good faith. So I like what that represents. I think you have someone who does want to make things work potentially. It is a bit of a juggling act, so it can be somewhat overwhelming for you this week. I don't necessarily think it's something you can't handle, Pisces, but you may be very back and forth on something. And maybe until you verbalize it or come to some sort of conclusion in your mind, you'll continue this sort of back and forth behavior. So maybe that's something you need to keep an eye out on in the upcoming, because that could help you in some aspect. I will leave the reading at that. So thank you again so much for tuning in.